I can't hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. All right, so for tonight's team call, I'm going to be talking about free communities and making a free community work for your business. And I want to say before I jump into all this, because it is different than the basic Coach Basics team training. And the Coach Basics team training, in the way that I've always done free communities and free groups, was you create a community, you show up 1 week or so out of the month, you do a free challenge, and then you disappear for 3 weeks until the next, June comes around, you show up for a week, you leave. July comes around, you show up for a week and you leave, and you just do this one free challenge a month. That's probably how 90% of coaches do it, because that's what we're all taught to do. And so I want to talk about a different way of doing this that builds better relationships. From my experience, I've been experimenting with this for 3 months now. In April, I had my best month with Success Club. I hit 20 in April, so a new personal best for me. And so I really feel like this is working, and it's taken a lot of pressure away from hitting Success Club as well. So I just want to say that. So it's up to you how you want to run your own business. So you have the opportunity to do it the way you're taught in Coach Basics training, or to do something like this. All right, so a free community versus a paid community. I wanted to go over this real quick because you want to keep some things separate. Otherwise, there's no incentive to go into a paid community and spend that money with a challenge pack or whatever they decide to purchase. So a free community, we're going to provide value, but we're not going to give them everything. We're not going to do free challenges where we give them a workout, we give them a meal plan, and we give them everything they need. If they just keep doing it for several weeks, they're going to lose weight. We want to give one or the other. So we don't want to give them everything. We want to give them a little taste so that they can take action now, like with tips and things. So they could put things into action and see some little bit of results. But you want them to realize that they need the full package of, Shakeology, the program, the right nutrition with containers and meal plans that you have to offer, and your coaching. That you want them to see that that's the best value, and that's what they eventually need to do to hit their health and fitness goals. So in a free community, you're not going to give one-on-one support, and it's up to you how you want to draw the line. I know some of us on the team are a little too nice, and you'll give, and people will take advantage of you. I've had people take advantage of me because I want to help everybody. But then what happens is you're not a business, you're a charity. And there's nothing wrong with this being a business, because that's something I know some of you guys struggle with too, is that you feel like you're selling to people. But you need to remember that if you're sharing it and you're putting passion behind it, you're not selling, you're just sharing something that worked for you. And it's the same thing that personal trainers do. It's what doctors do. It's what, any job you have, you can really pick it apart, and you're really a salesperson no matter what kind of job you have. So we all have to make a living. So remember, don't become a charity. So no one-on-one support. You're going to do free challenges / programs. It depends on what you want to call them. Sometimes people get intimidated by the word challenge. So depending on how your target of people, your niche of people want to respond, you might use either word there. I kind of like programs because people associate that with something that helps them, like a fitness program. And the other thing is we say free groups sometimes, and so we have to be really clear, because a lot of people outside the Beachbody community have no idea what the hell we're talking about. We might say groups and challenge packed, and we might say BOD instead of Beachbody on demand, or we might say Beachbody on demand, and they have no idea what we're talking about because they're not coaches. So remember that. Make sure you're very clear. In a free community, you can really work on building relationships. You give incentives for joining. And when I say give incentives for joining, that's not you going out and spending money on incentives. That's like giving them one meal plan and putting it in the file section and telling people when they join, go to the file section, you can get a free meal plan from me. And what you can do is go to Beachbody Beachbody website in the blog and get a meal plan from there, copy and paste it into your own document so that you're not sending them back to the Beachbody website, because you don't want them to randomly sign up without you. But you can take all that content, put it in a Word document, and it's a meal plan. You don't have to build it yourself. You want to encourage other people to add their friends to your community, but you want to make sure people aren't just like adding 20 friends without their permission, because we all hate to be added to groups. It's really annoying for people, so make sure they're not doing that. but you can't control them. All you can do is say, please get their permission before you add them. And then what you can do in a free community, I'm going to talk more about, is being able to sell weekly within your free community. And as long as you're giving lots of value, like I'll talk about, it's not going to be salesy. And people can choose to stay or leave. The people who leave your community, it's because they're not part of your tribe. Not a big deal. They'll connect with somebody else. You want people who really connect with you, because they're going to be your lifelong customers and eventually your coaches. And the other thing I've started to do in my free community is I also put my customers there. I make sure any customer I sign up is also in my free community, because I'll do videos there, I'll do mini challenges there, and I want to make sure that my customers get the full benefit of what I do in my free community and what I'm doing on the app inside my paid groups. So I make sure they're in both places. So a paid community is your paying customers and leads. You have the option to require Shakeology. I know a couple of coaches that are also doing this structure with their free communities and planning out their months. They're requiring that they have to be on Shakeology HD to be in their paid community for the one-on-one coaching. So that's up to you. I kind of feel like if they buy something from me, I want to support them. And if they cancel Shakeology HD, at some point they will probably order again, because they're going to see everyone in your paid community getting results, loving Shakeology. We get new Shakeology flavors. And I frequently have past customers who've canceled Shakeology come back and order more. So I don't like to alienate them and kick them out. So I never kick people out, but that's up to you. In a paid community, they get access to everything. All of our meal plans, all of our recipes, the Beachbody blog. They get all their fitness programs. They get you. You're going to be checking in every single day. You're going to post every single day. You're going to comment on their posts and give them encouragement within the app. And then once a week, I always encourage you guys to open up the coach portal and message all of your people in the app once a week at least. Once a week is fine. Check in. How did your week go? What can you do better next week? I'm always here to help you. That way they know that you're there. And you can even offer one-on-one calls. I honestly have never had anybody take me up on a one-on-one call, but you can offer it because sometimes people like that. You're giving them accountability in the paid community, one-on-one support. Like I said, you can give them one-on-one calls. I give them my cell phone, and every once in a while I have somebody text me, but not very often. And I only give that to paying customers. I don't just throw it out there. And in a paid community, you can give bigger prizes. So for example, in the free community, you might give a couple packets of Shakeology away as a prize and a little shaker cup. And then in a paid community, you might give them a fixate cookbook, or you might give them a 3-day refresh. It just depends on how much you want to invest. But keep in mind, free community prizes should be, cheap stuff. You don't want to worry too much about how much you're spending on people. So why did I switch from the monthly group to an ongoing free community? So I saw something was missing in relationship building, and I was presented with this idea back in March from a business coach, not a Beachbody coach, but someone who coaches people in their businesses. And I thought that it really made sense. Number one, because when you leave a group for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, it's a missed opportunity to build that relationship with them. You worked with them for a week and then you're gone. And they're wondering, where the hell did she go? She was only here for a week to sell me something. And the other thing that I really liked was when you do a free group for 1 week and then you leave the group until the next month, we teach you to message them on like a Monday. If it's a 7-day group, message them on Monday and say, hey, did you see my first post in our free challenge? I want to make sure you saw the group, that I got you added in. Let me know if you have any questions. Then midweek, you message them again and say, hey, how are you liking the free challenge so far? Is there anything I can help with? And maybe ask them a question. And then you follow up at the end of the free challenge and you say, great job on your post this week. I really love that you participated. Do you have any feedback for me? I have a group coming up, and would you be interested in learning more?
It froze.
Oh, is that better? Is that better now?
There you are.
Okay. My dang internet. All right. What was the last thing I said?
Oh gosh. You would just mention something. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Was I on this page?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just start back at the beginning real quick. So why did I make the switch? Let me know if I freeze again, please, just in case. So I saw something was missing in relationship building when I was doing a group for 1 week and then leaving them until the next month and doing another free group for a week. It's a missed opportunity because people are getting your support, they're loving the free community, they're getting to know you, and then you disappear. So they never really get to build that relationship with you. And the other thing that I really loved about this idea was that when you do a free group for a week and then leave for until the next month, we teach you to message them on Monday and say, hey, Sarah, did you see that I started our free challenge today? Let me know if you have any questions, something like that. Midweek, you follow up and say, how are you liking the challenge so far now that we're halfway through? Do you have any questions? I really loved your post about blah, blah, blah. And then on the last day, you message them and say, great job this week. Thanks for joining us in the challenge. What did you think? I would love to continue to work with you. I have this other group coming up. Would you like to learn more? And that's when you invite them to a challenge group. And I hated doing that. I could never stay on top of it. I'd get 20 new people in my free challenge, and I might message like 5 of them. And then I would get busy with the week, and they wouldn't hear from me until the very end. And then all I was doing was trying to sell them something. So it looked like I wasn't really there to be supportive. It was just, hey, here's this fun stuff. Now let's buy something. And that's the missed opportunity I saw in there. And so the other thing I saw is if you create an ongoing free community, that group of people keeps growing even without you. The other members start sharing, they start commenting on each other's posts. Other members ask questions, then other members answer their questions, and they just sort of get their own thing going. And it took about a month and a half for that to start happening in my group. But it's so awesome when you check in your free community and you see that they're doing their own thing and they're talking to each other and building relationships, sending friend requests. And so that you know you have a really awesome community going on. And then I stopped messaging all of these people 3 times a week because I could never stay on top of it. And I really hate small talk. I suck at it. I'm introverted. I'd rather just get to the point. So I stopped messaging all of these people. And now that I've got like 60 people in there now, who wants to message 260 people all the time every single month? You'll never talk to anybody new. So that's the other thing that, sorry, did I freeze again?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So that's the other thing I really liked is that instead of private messaging all these people and making sure I was friends with them so they could actually see my message, I just built the relationship with them inside the community because of the posts that I was making and they're making. And then as a result of always showing up consistently and giving them value, I'm building more trust with them. And I realized that we can offer more than just challenge packs, because as coaches, we focus on the challenge pack, because we want to get our success goal points so that we can hit our business goals. And then suddenly we're forgetting about all the other products that we have. We have Energize and Performance Line, and we have vitamins, and we have all these other products that we never sell because we're always so focused on the challenge pack. Mm-hmm. The other thing I saw is it took a lot of pressure off of me to talk to all these people all the time. I could keep adding new people. And it took a lot of pressure off of me for hitting Success Club, because for the first, I would say up until probably end of March, I always felt a lot of pressure to hit Success Club 10 by the end of the month. And I would stress about it if I didn't hit it by like the second or third week. And then when you get to the end of the month and you're trying to hit Success Club, it comes across in your conversations because you get a little more pushy, you get a little less patient, and you sound a little bit desperate. So I felt like this took a lot of that pressure off, and I feel like I can hit Success Club more naturally now. It just happens, and I just believe it'll happen, and I don't stress about it. And the other awesome thing is you're going to reach more people. So because of the Facebook algorithm, if you have a personal Facebook page and you make a post, because of the Facebook algorithm, the last 50 or so people that you engaged with on Facebook via Messenger, or they liked or commented on a post, or you liked or commented on their post, those are the people that are going to see your posts that you do day to day. Just the last 50 or so people you interacted with. If you get a really popular post that a lot of people liked and commented on, it gets thrown back into the feed as a more popular post, and then more of your friends see it. So you can't really control how many people are seeing these posts. If you have a business Facebook page, even less people are seeing your posts because you have to pay for it. There's hardly any organic reach. You got to put money into ads, boosting posts, and things like that. Mm-hmm. And even then your reach is kind of shitty. So if you get all these people and promote your free community, you get a notification every time somebody posts in that community. They can choose to follow or unfollow, but you know that they have to take the action to unfollow the group, otherwise they're seeing everything you post there. So your reach is more, and you know that they're actually seeing what you're sharing and posting.
Okay.
So how is my free community set up? So in the Coach Basics team training, I show you how to start a free group, how to set up a group and all of that. But specifically for an ongoing community, I came up with a fun name. Don't stress too much about this. I know a lot of times coaches sit on for like a whole week or two because they can't think of the perfect name that they want. And they don't just get, jump in and get going. So try to think of a fun name. You can always change the name. I've changed the name of mine several times. Until I settled on one that I feel like I like right now, and maybe I'll change it later. So just come up with a name that you like. Do an inspiring cover photo that you can change occasionally. I change it every once in a while. I like to put a quote up there. And then have a very general group description. So just say something like, and I'll show you mine when I get further along in this, but just say basically what they're going to get in your group. They're going to get value. They're going to get free challenges. They're going to get tips and motivation and all sorts of things. So just put that in your description. Make sure it's a closed community so that the people feel like it's a safe place to share and other people aren't going to see their posts. And when you set it up this way, when somebody goes to request to join your community, they're going to see the name, the cover, the description, and that it's closed. So you want to make sure those first things people see, that's like your storefront of your free community. You want to make sure that they get interested. In the settings, I allow other members to add their friends, but I have to approve it first because I want to control who's in my community. I want to keep out other Beachbody coaches that are not on our team. I'm careful about adding other distributors like It Works and I can't even think of the other ones right now, but there's a lot of other health and fitness companies kind of like ours, and none of them offer the nutrition and the shake and the fitness. Most of them just offer supplements. And so a lot of times they do join our group because they're missing something. I've had people switch from those companies to become coaches on our team. I've had customers from those companies because they're selling supplements and not hitting their goals, and they realize they need more than just these magic pills or wraps or whatever. So just be careful about adding people like that. It's up to you if you want to add them. If you start seeing them posting about their products, boot them out because, this community is yours. You set it up, you post whatever the hell you want in there. You're the leader. You can get rid of people if you want to. So don't ever be afraid of that. And then I recently added ask questions feature when somebody requests to join the community, and I'll show you that as well. All right, so how do I structure my free community? I do 1 or 2 mini challenges a month, but I'm very strategic about how I do that so that I can hit my business goals, and I'm not offering too much for free. So for example, my goal was to get at least Success Club 10 this month, and I was waiting on a couple people to finish up their orders. So I didn't want to jump in and start talking about my free challenge that I have coming up because I don't want those customers to change their mind and do another free challenge with me. I want them to be willing to jump all in and invest in their health. And then I posted about my free challenge. So kind of be strategic about it. Also be strategic if, you don't want to do a free challenge in the middle of the month if that's the only thing you're working on, because then you might not hit Success Club by the end of the month. So kind of plan that out. I always ask my members what they want and what they need so that I can give them the kind of challenge that they want. And so I'll do that with polls, and I'll show you that as well when I show you my group. And make sure that you're doing challenges that lead to what you want to sell. And I'll talk about that a little more too. In your challenge or in your free community, I want you to go live or post videos as often as you can. I know that it can be really scary to record videos of yourself and go live, but the more often you do it, the better. I've been live on my public Facebook page and my dog's knocked over my phone or I dropped it. I've almost fallen out of a hammock. I mean, you just go with it and you don't worry about it and you laugh it off. So it's real. It shows that you're real and you're not perfect.
Right.
And if you're not quite comfortable with going live, you can record videos on your phone and post them. And just to get used to recording yourself and video, and then, but get comfortable with going live as fast as you can, because people get all those notifications that someone's live and you're going to get more engagement. And don't be upset if you get like 2 people that watch and nobody likes your comments. A lot of people watch, I would say the majority of people watch live videos when they're done and they're uploaded to Facebook a couple hours later or later that day because they're busy. But it is really fun when people ask questions and comment on it, and you get distracted because people are commenting on it. And so it's a lot of fun, and it's like having a conversation with your challengers and those free people in that community. So that's why it's really good too. In my free community, I'll share about workouts, shakes, recipes, the containers, but I don't sell them. I just plant seeds. So I just like a workout selfie, got in my hammer and chisel today. I feel so awesome. It makes me feel stronger, you know, and I talk about how I feel. I don't just say, hey, I got my workout in, and that's it. You know, talk about why you like it and how it made you feel. If I share a picture of my shake, I'll give a recipe with it too. Or if I make a dessert with my Shakeology, I'll share the recipe in a picture so people can see that it's not just drinking the shakes. Same with recipes and the containers. You can make a recipe, set up your containers next to your plate and show what it looks like. And that kind of it answers questions that people are going to have eventually without you having to answer them in private message. Make sure you share fun stuff too, like quotes, things people can laugh at and relate to with health and fitness. Encourage your members to support each other and to share as well. When I did that, it was awesome to see, you know, members in my free community, all of a sudden they were posting before pictures and I never even asked them to. One person did it and like 10 more people did it. And it was really awesome to see them being comfortable enough to do that. I have members that share accountability that they got a workout in at the gym or whatever. So encourage that as well. And then what you want to do inside your free community is you want to sell every single week. That helps you hit Success Club much faster, takes the pressure off. You want to invite weekly and always let members know what you have to offer in exclusive groups. So for example, we're all working on building up for our UV2 groups. So we want to make sure our free community members know that we're doing that, so they have the opportunity to join in. And when you're sharing in your free community an invite, or you're talking on video about this upcoming group that you have, you always want to talk about why that exclusive group is going to be more. It provides more. It's going to get them more results than this free community. And you have to share why they need it and be relatable. Like, I've been where you're at. I've been confused about what to eat. I've been frustrated. I've been unmotivated to get my workouts. I totally understand where you've been. And in this group, I'm going to help you get out of that. I'm going to help you be consistent. I'm going to show you what to eat, and you're going to get the results you want. So make sure that you talk with confidence and show your passion and belief in the products and the programs. And talk like you know what you're talking about. You fake it till you make it.
Yeah, because I'm still so confused. I'm messaging Tasha, I don't know what to say.
Totally okay. I've got coaches messaging me screenshots of conversations today. And it's,
oh my gosh, I did that to Tasha.
That's a good thing. That's why we're here to help you guys. I'd rather you share screenshots and ask about conversations than beat your head against the wall for months and get frustrated because a lot of people are saying no, you know?
Right.
All right, a couple more slides and then I'll show my community. All right, so free challenge ideas and what not to do. So I'm going to talk about what not to do first real quick. So Beachbody coaches are all doing the same damn thing. And we're all probably friends with like 3, 4, 5 coaches. And a handful of them are doing it the right way and being supportive and not leaving people hanging, because I get new customers all the time that switch to me because their coach quit or signed them up and left them hanging with the challenge pack and they didn't know what to do with it. All of these coaches are doing crock pot groups. They're doing recipe share groups, water challenge groups, clean eating groups, casserole groups. They're doing book clubs and personal development groups. And while those are all a lot of fun, and you can get 100 people into a crock pot group because everyone wants to do crock pot recipes, the problem is, and I wish I would have learned this sooner because I spent over a year and a half doing these types of groups because that's what we're all taught to do. The problem is when people sign up for a crock pot group, they're expecting crock pot recipes. They're not expecting on day 5 for you to say, hey, buy a challenge pack. Because they're going to be like, what the hell? I wanted crock pot recipes. I'm not interested in working out. So there's no connection between the two. Same with a water challenge. Well, I just joined your challenge. So Tell me when I'm back, not frozen. Am I back yet? All right, so I'm going to keep, oh, there she is. I lost you. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
I was panicking. I'm like, I don't know how to get her back.
All right, well, I'm glad you're back. Thanks for letting me know I froze there too.
No problem. So the last thing was the crock pot, and they don't want to work out. They want crock pot recipes.
Okay. And so the same thing with like a water challenge. People struggle drinking a lot of water, so they join your water challenge because they want to drink more water and they want more accountability and tips about drinking more water. So it comes as a surprise to them at the end where you're like, hey, let's drink Shakeology and get a fitness program. It costs $160. There's no connection between those, and it's a surprise when you do that to them. So that's the other thing I've learned is, yeah, for the first year and a half, I would hit Success Club every month, sign up new customers, sign up new coaches, doing it this way. But you get a lot less people that sign up. Out of those 100 people that got into your crockpot group, you might get, 2 or 3 people that buy a challenge pack. So here's what I'm doing now, and I'm getting a lot more transitioning from free community to paid community with challenge packs. So think about where you were at the beginning of your journey, or maybe you're at the beginning of your journey right now. And as you're going through your journey with Shakeology and the fitness program and learning what to eat, what were the things that helped you? What were the things that you had to figure out along that journey that really helped you get success or get results? Those are the kind of free groups you need to do. So for example, how to get off a plateau. Everyone struggles with plateaus. So do a 3-day group about a tip each day, and you do a video each day about how to get off a plateau. You could talk about doing a cleanse or a detox. So then at the end, you can talk about 3-day refresh because you've been talking about getting off a plateau and detoxes. So that leads into what you're selling. Okay. Or of how to lose the first or last 10 pounds. I had a lot of people interested in that one. I did that last month, and I incorporated the plateau thing, and a ton of people struggle with losing that first 10 pounds and losing that last 10 pounds. And I got that from doing a poll in my community. And so I talked about, all right, so I did it for 5 days. Day 1, we're going to talk about mindset, because if you don't get your mindset right, you're not going to be successful long term. Day 2, I talked about dialing in nutrition and making it even cleaner so that you get those results. Day 3, I talked about tweaks you can make with your fitness. Maybe you haven't gone up in your weights and you're not lifting heavy enough. Maybe you're not pushing yourself. Maybe you're getting on an elliptical machine and staring at your phone and doing 45 minutes of walking, thinking you're getting a workout. And then day 4, I talked about like detoxes. You can talk about water and sleep. So each day you're talking about something that's really important to hit those goals. And then at the end, it makes sense to say, all right, so I'm going to do this group. We're going to get you on Shakeology. We're going to help you get on a meal plan. We're going to get you on a fitness program. These are all the things that I did to get me to lose that first 10 pounds or to get off a plateau. So it makes sense that you're offering that. Okay. Another one that I'm doing right now, I'm going to try out is a program sneak peek. So we're building up for the UV2 groups. So I'm going to do a 5-day sneak peek about UV2. So every day I'm going to record a couple minutes of me doing the workout so that they can try it out. Each day I'm going to share a little bit about what the program is all about, what the nutrition's about, that you make 1 change a week in your nutrition, that you work out 5 days a week. So I'm giving them information about it so they know what to expect when they actually do the program. And then at the end, I invite them to do the UV2 program. So here's some other ideas. Body after baby. So if you're a mom and you struggled to get your body back after you had your baby, get that pre-baby body, that's a great group you can do because you want to attract other moms. And you can talk about how you did that with the fitness and the Shakeology and the nutrition. You can do Shakeology sampler challenges and lead into Shakeology. You can do the Beachbody On Demand 14-day trial and do a challenge with that for 7 or 10 days. It doesn't have to be 14 days. And then lead that into a Beachbody On Demand All Access Pass challenge pack. So basically, when you create these free challenges, think about what you want to sell that week or what you want to focus on. reverse engineer that, and that should be your free challenge so that it leads into that invite and it connects.
Okay.
Okay, so planning your month. So how do you plan your month with a free community? Once or twice, I'll do a free challenge, usually only once. And unless I feel like I didn't get enough out of that one, maybe a couple weeks later, I'll do another one. I do 3, 5, or 7 day challenges. Typically, I do them for 3 or 5 days. I start them on any day of the week that I want because I'm not telling people to get on a meal plan and having them go grocery shopping and all of that. I'm just sharing a lot of information and doing a lot of live video. Think about your end goal. Like I said, if your end goal is to get people signed up with UV2, make sure that your free challenge leads into that. And then, like I said, create content that leads to your end goal. So sharing about the workouts from UV2, sharing about the meal plan, sharing. So you answer a lot of questions when you do that so that when people get that invite from you, they already know a lot about the program. And then aside from your free challenge that you do once or twice a month, plan what you want to focus on weekly. So maybe I had a customer tell me a couple days ago, she tried the Energize packet I sent her last summer for a prize. And she tried it and was like, oh my God, this stuff is so amazing. I just ordered a container of it. And she said, you need to share more about this. You need to tell more people about this. So maybe one week I want to focus on Energize. So on Monday, I might post a picture of me with my Energize and talk about how it helped me get through my workout. On Tuesday, I might talk about pre-workouts. What pre-workouts have you guys tried? What were your results? What do you think is a good pre-workout? And then I'll educate them about important ingredients for a pre-workout and what they should look for and stay away from, and talk about why Energize is better. And so then I lead up to, hey, you can get Energize from me and talk about the price, and then people buy Energize. So focus on these other products that we also have. So remember that we have more than just challenge packs to sell people. Because sometimes a challenge pack is just too much for people to commit to. Or they get worried, like, you're going to send me a bag of Shakeology and I have to commit to drinking that for 30 days. I can barely get my ass up in the morning and I don't really want to work out. So it can feel really overwhelming to be like, okay, I have to work out and I have to drink the shake. And sometimes you just need to get them to be your customer. That's the hardest part, is to get them to be your customer. And sometimes it needs to be with a Shakeology sample pack. They spend $30, you get a couple bucks commission, and you help them try out Shakeology, make sure they have recipes, make sure they're making it right. And then they buy a challenge pack because they fall in love with it. So sometimes people just need that little in with a smaller product to build more trust with you, to get results, and then they go all in with something bigger. So keep in mind, your first priority is to hit Success Club, of course, early in the month so you don't have that pressure. And then you can share these other products and programs we have the rest of the month to build up volume and build up your commission. And then that removes a lot of stress by hitting it earlier in the month. So what the hell do you do the rest of the month in your free community now that your free challenge is over? You can do Q&A Tuesdays. So on Monday or over the weekend, I'll post, hey, it's Q&A Tuesday next week. Post your questions about health, fitness, wellness, whatever you want related to this group in the comments below, and I'll go live and answer your questions. Or you can record a video if you're nervous about going live, and if you don't know the answer to the questions, Google can tell you the answers to the questions. So don't feel like you have to know everything in order to do something like that. Make sure that you are sharing value in there. What helped you in your journey? What things have you learned? Share that with them. Like, I have a horrible sweet tooth. I always want a dessert at night, so I would buy red grapes, clean them, dry them, and freeze them, and it was like having candy at night. So that's like something that worked for me, so I share that with other people. You can do polls in your group, share inspiration, tips, motivation, and then, like I said, pick a product every week to focus on and create content that leads into that. And as long as you're giving value, giving support, give, when you do that sale and invite, it's not going to come across as salesy because you're already giving them so much. All right, I'm almost there. Okay, so building your free community. How can you build up that free community? Because as a new coach, you might have like 5 people in it and feel like you're really struggling to build it up. So you can send out private messages, and because people don't say no to free usually. Usually they're like, yeah, add me and whatever. So send them a private message, say, hey, I got this free community. We're all about wellness. I post nutrition and fitness. Talk about what you post. Do you mind if I add you in? 99% of people are going to say yes. You can do posts about what's going on in your free community on your private page. Hey, I'm going live in my free community for Q&A Tuesday. Come over and ask your questions. Or I'm going to go talk about 3 steps to get started on a health and fitness program. Hop on over to my free community so you can watch. And that's how you can get people over there. You can do giveaways. Make sure that you structure them right so that you actually get people into the community. And I can help you with that. If you guys decide you want to do a giveaway, let me know and I'll help you structure it. Because you want to encourage them to tag people so that you're getting people in your community you're not even friends with and building your network. And with giveaways, don't do expensive things. I did a $5 tank top from Walmart, and I had like 75 people join my community, all for that tank top. So just fun stuff like that. Make posts, encourage them to tag their friends, ask members to invite their friends. Like I said, make sure you remind them to ask their friend first before they add them. Encourage members to share about the community on their private page and say, hey, this is helping me out. You should join. Lisa's awesome. You want to get in her community. And you can say, hey, if you do that, I'll send you something like a meal plan or a packet of Shakeology or something. Anybody that says no to your invites to your paid community to buy a challenge pack, anyone that says no, remember it's no, not right now. I'm not ready to start. It doesn't mean no forever. So if they say no, say, hey, in the meantime, how about I add you to my free community so you can get support there? And then you add all those no's to your free community as well so you can continue to build trust and build that relationship with them. Make sure that you're sharing your hooks inside your free community as well. And tag them to bring a friend when you do a hook on your public page. Say, hey, I've got this group coming up. Tag a friend and join over here in my free challenge. Okay, so peek into my community and understand the madness. All right. Okay, I'm trying to hurry because I know this is going long.
No, you're fine. I've been wondering about this. So.
Oh, okay, good. I'm going to take a drink because my mouth is dry. Can you still see me? Because I feel like it's really dark in here.
Yes, I can see you. I'm looking at it like, you can't see me though.
That's all right. All right, so here's my free community. And I call it Just Be You because I don't want people to know that they don't have the pressure to be a bikini body or be a certain weight. Or I want people to love themselves however they are and just to be healthy. It's time to be happy again. I feel like when your nutrition, fitness, and all that's spot on, you're just generally happier and more positive. So that's why I did that. And you can change these every once in a while. So this is like in the last 5 or 6 days, I've had 40 new people in my group. So it's growing pretty quickly. It took a little while to get there, but now it seems to be growing pretty fast. I'll show you what this is, which is, I'm glad that's showing that so I can show you what that's all about. All right, so I'll show you some examples of posts I'm doing. So I ask them questions, what do you want? Because I don't want to take all this time putting something together to find out nobody really wanted it in the first place. So I asked them, if I did free webinars teaching you blah, 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 would you benefit from this? And then a lot of people said, yeah, I would love to see that. And then they gave me some ideas. So I'm going to do a video on this about why people don't reach their health and fitness goals or a reason why they might not. And so because I know I'm going to do a video about it, I wanted to get their feedback so I know more about what I should talk about in my video. So I asked them, what's something you always tell yourself regarding your goal weight and once you reach it? Because we all say, I'll do this once I hit my goal weight. I'll do this, or I'll let myself do this once I reach my goal weight. So that's a video I'm going to talk about and why that kind of sets them up for failure sometimes. Here's somebody sharing about how they totally fell off the deep end and blah, blah, blah. So that's awesome. I checked in Tuesday, the day after a holiday, and asked how their weekend was, what are your goals this week? 14 comments. This is the free meal plan I'm adding to my files section. So whenever a new member comes in, they can get a free meal plan from me. But just to get some interest in it, I said, who wants this meal plan? And I've had 20 comments on it. Get people excited. I'm planning some fun stuff for June. So I told them, hey, I'm planning some fun stuff for you. Feel free to add some friends you think could benefit from it. That's somebody else sharing. So there I was asking what they're doing for the holiday weekend. Share about your fun below. So I'm just like encouraging interaction. Here's what I was talking about, Q&A Tuesday. It was a holiday, so I didn't get any people ask questions, which is fine. Here's some recipes related to the holiday, somebody sharing posts, a live video. Here's where I shared about the UV2, because I want to make sure they know that I'm doing that kind of stuff as well. I'm trying to get down to a poll. Sharing about food, what are you guys having? And they share pictures. Sometimes I'll share stuff from my personal or business page into the group so they see I have other places they can connect with me and they're getting value. Here I shared a recipe. So this is a little UV2 seed planted because this is a recipe from the UV2 program. Okay. Is it fixed? Is that better? Hey, Amy, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I see Amy tried to get on. Sorry about that. My internet is bad out here.
You're fine.
So here I shared a snapshot of a recipe from the UV2 nutrition plan. So I'm planting a little seed about that, that meal plan and that program. Here's an example of what I have for my description. So thanks for stopping by. In this community, here's what you can expect. Stick around because there's always something new going on each month. So that's what my description says. So when people request to join, they're going to see that and know what my group is all about. Here's a video I did responding to a bunch of questions somebody asked for a Q&A Tuesday. And if I go live on those, it usually has good interaction. Here's a tip. That was a hook post that was the hook post I shared there. Somebody else, okay, here's the poll I wanted to get to. So this was me gearing up for the UV2. I wanted to kind of see what kind of interest I had in my group of people to see if I had people that would fit for this program. So I specifically asked them, what do you struggle to? What do you relate to? What relates to your goals? And I talked about the things that are good for UV2. Portion control and meal planning generally overwhelm me. I talked about that because they don't have to worry about that with UV2. They hate working out. UV2 is perfect for people who don't like to work out. They want to lose 50 to 100 pounds. UV2 is perfect for people like that. They hate gyms and mainstream fitness. Starting a meal plan and workout program at the same time is too much for me. UV2, we work on one nutrition change each week. So I had a ton of people respond to this poll. So now I know all these people would be perfect for UV2. And so then when I private message them, I can say, hey, I saw that you struggle with portion control and meal planning. This is going to be perfect for you. So I can personalize that invite as well. And I'll do this too. Like maybe you have a free group coming up and you're not sure, you're debating between two different things. Let the people in your free community decide and do a poll in there. Here's a workout selfie. So I'm trying to post in there every single day, give value, so that when I do talk about selling or buying, they have a reason to purchase because they know that, oh my gosh, Lindsay gives me so much in this free community. I can't imagine the extra support I'll get if I sign up with a challenge pack and get access to the app, and she's going to private message me and check in on me and give me meal plans. So you want to give good value here so that they know that they're going to get more in something else.
Right.
All right, so in edit group settings. Okay, so if you ever want to change the name of your community, you can do that here, and you can select your little icon for that. I don't think it matters, but I did the fist. When you create a group, you do have to add a friend before they'll let you create a group. So I always add like Jeremy when I create a new group, and then once I have it all set up and I start adding people, I'll boot them out. Group type is support. Here's my description I told you about. And I think you guys are all in this. So if you want to copy some of this stuff, that's fine. Tags, it's about losing weight. I mean, for the most part, it's about losing weight, but that's something people search for. So I have that in there. I'm not location specific, so I don't have that. You can change the specific URL you see up here. Because if you don't change the address of your URL, this is going to be facebook.com/groups/ a bunch of numbers. And so I specifically changed it to Lindsay Phipps Free Community so that it's easy for me to share that link with people and it's not long with a bunch of numbers. This is where you can change the privacy settings. I suggest doing a closed group. You can do secret, but people can't find it if they search for it. So that's why I have it as closed. And then right here, I suggest you select this. Any member can add members, but admin or moderator must approve them. That way you can control who's coming into your group. And you can also see who's coming in as well and then just approve them. I let everyone post to the group. If you want to control it more, you can say only admins can post to the group, so only you could post, and then people would have to comment on your post in order to engage. But I let everybody post. You can always require that posts get approved by you, but I don't want to waste time worrying about that. I do check in to make sure I don't need to delete a post every now and then. I recently added this Ask Questions feature, and I'm actually getting, it seems like, more requests to my community because of it. So you can, what happens is people click on join your group, and then this pops up and asks them, are you looking for support in your health and fitness goals? Are you looking for help working on mindset, motivation, self-love, and building confidence? Are you female? And I ask that because it's a group only for women. So when they request to join my group, they get these 3 questions and they answer them, and then I can see what they say to those questions. So that's how I have it set up. And then, for example, because I control who's coming into my group, I try to approve these pretty quickly. So you click on that, people want in your group, and it's going to show you who they are. And then you can choose to approve them or not. And you can see here they answered my questions. So I can see what their answers are. And I'm going to go look at their page and make sure that they're not a Beachbody coach on another team. Make sure they're not maybe coming to my, if somebody's part of, like, it'll tell you 14 other groups. If she's part of like 879 groups, I don't want her in my group because she's probably in there to spam people. So it's however you want to manage that. All right, so that's it. What sort of questions do you have for me before I let you go, since this went a little long?
I can't think of any specific right now. It's still kind of overwhelming. You're just so good at what you do.
But remember, I've been doing it for almost 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's really dark in here. But yeah, I've been right where you guys are at, overwhelmed with a billion different things and not knowing where the hell to start and feeling like I'm going to do it all wrong. And you just learn as you go. I still make mistakes and still tweak things. Sometimes something I'm doing right now will work for like 3 or 4 months really well, and then all of a sudden it stops working really well, so I have to tweak it and try something different. So it's totally normal.
One that I can think of. So since we started the UV2 groups that we're working on currently, would it be better for me to kind of use that time between now and the 14th to kind of create my group, but then not really add anybody to it until after we've started the challenge? Or
yeah, it makes sense. It's up to you. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. But what you could do is create your free community. Don't stress over too much about it. Just get it put together and get it out there. And then the people that you're inviting to the UV2 challenge, if they say no to you, that's a place you can put them.
Okay. That's true. You did do that. Okay.
Yeah, that way, because you don't want to just leave them out there, because you want to keep building that relationship with them, because eventually, I promise you, I have people that randomly messaged me that I invited 2 years ago, and they're like, thank you so much for following up with me a couple times. I'm glad, I'm sorry. I'm glad you were patient with me. Like, they feel bad, but they're like, I'm ready to start now. So always have a place to put somebody where you can support them.
Okay. All
right. Yeah, that would probably be good. Any other questions about this or anything else?
Not at the moment. Not for me.
Okay. And Amy looks like she's frozen up there. All right. Well, I'll let you go since it's getting late. If you think of any new questions, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and post it on our team page. So if you can rewatch it again if you need to.
I was going to ask about that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a okay, good. It's a ton of information. So you can go back and rewatch it, or just put questions below the video.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
No problem. You guys have a great night.
You too.